Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Google Podcast, Radio Public, Spotify, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 30 coming soon. Oh, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Charlie's Angels. It is the reboots of the 60s TV series and the 2000 and 2003 movies directed by McG. And I guess we're just gonna ignore the reboot TV show attempt they did a few years ago. It stars Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, Ella Balinska, Elizabeth Banks, Patrick Stewart, Jaimin Hansu, Sam Claflin, I think that's how you say his name, dude. He was in the Hunger Games. Noah Centineo, Nat Faxon, and I want to say that's it, but I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. And then there's a ton of cameos. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks, who also directed Pitch Perfect 2. If you want to get a shout out in my review of either 21 Bridges, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, or Frozen 2, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. So, you got Naomi Scott, fresh off Aladdin. She has developed this tech, and dirt is being done with it. And the Townsend Agency catches wind of said dirt. I was interested in this movie. I remember the McG directed Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore movies being okay. Rewatching them, they are the best I can say they are is okay. So, and I thought the trailer was fine. Like it didn't look like movie of the year or anything, but I was interested. And I enjoyed this movie. Like Kristen Stewart doesn't split the atom. She's not winning any Oscars for this performance. She plays that rebellious, too cool for school character that she plays in every single thing I've ever seen her in. I like Naomi Scott based off Power Rangers and Aladdin, and I have no idea who Ella Balinska is, but she's the most badass of the three main characters. I mean, like, as far, like, I told my boys in the Instagram group chat, you know, the Rec League podcast, new episode coming in this weekend if you wasn't paying attention up top, group chat, that the McG movies make this one look like The Godfather. I mean, as far as characters, the Angels are interesting. They all have different personalities. They kind of do like McG did and go a little into like the backstory, where they came from and all that. But this is kind of like the establishing of a new team at the same time. The story is kind of similar. Like, I've never seen the series, so it's kind of similar to the McGs, but it's executed way better. This movie does a few things that the McG movies did way better. There's not much humor, and the humor doesn't really hit, but it's not forced humor either. It's just like, okay, we tried a joke, it didn't work, move on. The McG movies, where I hate comparing them because they're completely different, you know, installments or whatever. And the McG movies are just joke. Not funny. And it's like, the writing was so bad in the McG movies, and they knew it. So it was just, hey, look how sexy we are. And this movie is sexy too, but it's way more subtle and tasteful and better. Like, I don't know what other word to say. And like there are some quick cuts in the fight scenes, but I don't think the fight scenes look bad. This is more spy, honestly. Like this, there's gadgets and there's more tech, and this is more James Bond or Mission Impossible in a better way, because I felt like the two McG movies again were trying to like bite and copy other popular spy stuff with like the LL Cool J mask at the very beginning of the first one, and they did it again in Full Throttle. There was, I don't know, I feel like the music was better than those. I felt like this is just a better movie. While comparing it to the other theatrical Charlie's Angels movies, I thought like I didn't. I hate to say it because I like Elizabeth Banks. But I didn't expect much from an Elizabeth Banks directed movie. She directed Pitch Perfect 2, and that was an established sequel. And wow, yeah, like Pitch Perfect 2 wasn't even bad, and I'm pretty sure like it did huge box office, even competing up against Mad Max Fury Road. So they was like, hey, like she'll make money doing Charlie's Angels, why not? That's why I wanted cameos, like as much as I'm bashing. I wanted cameos from Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore. We didn't get them, but there's acknowledgement that those exist. But they snub one character from those movies, and like I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of lame. And I guess it's to believe that those were the same character. Like I had fun watching this. The I liked the chemistry of the cast. I liked the story. They did they did something that the McG movies did, and I didn't like it, but it was the way it was used and executed and the way it played out, like regained my confidence. So like this is a fun movie. Like it's not high art or anything like that, but you can have a good time watching this, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. And I definitely would not hate a sequel to this movie, a series, a franchise in this iteration of Charlie's Angels. So, with all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Charlie's Angels is almost dope. So, have you seen Charlie's Angels, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. And rank the three theatrical Charlie's Angels movies if you've seen all three, because unlike me, you might like the McG movies. I don't even think they're trash. I just don't think they're good. And if you want that shout out in whatever review I do next weekend, man, Frozen, Mr. Rogers, 21 Bridges. How much will Ford versus Ferrari make opening weekend, man? Be the first, be the closest. Get your guesses in by noon Central Time Sunday, and you get shouted. I've recently posted reviews for Last Christmas and Midway. I have posted reviews for Terminator Dark Fate, for Wonder Woman Bloodlines, other October releases, man. Like I said, tomorrow I want to see, like I said, I want to see Ford versus Ferrari. Next weekend I want to see A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, 21 Bridges, and Frozen 2. The weekend after that I want to see Knives Out, and I want to do a review for The Irishman. Don't know when, the 4-day holiday weekend, but I'll get those reviews out, man. I'm going to talk to movie collectors on the podcast. International O coming, talking college basketball, and something recently happened on a Thursday night football game I want to touch on. And then Brother Ali dropped an album. Old Man Lawrence coming. We're going to chop it up about that, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.